girls to shrink themselves, to make themselves smaller. We say to girls, you can have ambition, but not too much. You should aim to be successful, but not too successful. Otherwise, you will threaten the man.
Hi, my name is Alexandria, and welcome to As Analyzed by Ali. Ali would be me. So I'm starting this vlog because I consider myself to be a binge watcher. I watch tons and tons and tons and tons of television shows, and they all range in genre and in intensity and comedy and things like that. I'm very much open to all the shows that I watch. I'm not very limited in anything. I will consider watching something, and sometimes I won't get through something, but I'll go back and give it another chance. So I'm a binge watcher. I'm a huge, huge, huge fan of television, and I love movies. I have a collection of movies right now. My collection isn't as big as I'd like it to be, and I definitely have over 100 movies, but I have to go back and count because I really don't remember how many exactly I have currently. But I collect movies. I also collect television shows, and I'm just a big movie buff, and I'm very much into watching television and movies, but also analyzing maybe the writing or the choices, or trying to predict what the writers are going to do next, or what character is going to do what next, and why a character would do something, and all these other crazy things, because I'm just super, super obsessed. So that's really why I'm here, because I'll select some certain shows that I choose to analyze and just like pick it apart or whatever, or anything like that, or just express how I feel about an episode or a choice that the writers made or the director made or producer or a character or whatever. Before I get started, I think it's very important, very, 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 very important that I go ahead and say happy third birthday to Miss Blue Ivy Carter. We are blessed to have you, and I'm just so elated that you have just graced us with your beautiful presence. Yes, I am a part of the Bajancy. The next thing I would like to go ahead and address before I get started is that I am freezing, and I feel like I need to get that off my chest just because I just want to talk about it. I live in New York, and I live in a crappy apartment. So because of those two combinations, it is very cold in my apartment as it is very cold outside. So I'm freezing, and I have on like 13 layers, and it's really ridiculous. Why does it have to be this cold? And it's annoying. The fact that there's a wind that it feels like 2 degrees in some places is really why? What is the purpose behind it being that cold? And I think what annoys me the absolute most about the weather is that there is nothing you can do about it. I can't call customer service and like file a complaint. Like, we can't petition for the winters to be less harsh. I can't vote for somebody to get in office to fix the weather conditions. This is something that just cannot be fixed. There's nothing that can be done about the fact that it is 22 degrees outside. Anyhow, what I really want to talk about first is I think I want to talk about How to Get Away with Murder. How to Get Away with Murder is a new show that has been brought onto ABC this past fall, and a lot of times people will say, oh, it's another Shonda Rhimes show. And in a sense it is. She's the executive producer. It does fall under Shondaland along with Grey's Anatomy and Scandal. But she's not the writer of it. So I saw the first episode when it premiered. And it was a very intense first episode. This is my concern about watching How to Get Away with Murder. My concern with that is that it will do this thing that happened in Scandal, where we will get caught up in a personal story of probably Annalise Keating being that she is the main character, and that we will lose side of the cases. The focus won't be the case. There will still be cases, but the students will be dealing with all this personal drama, and then every once in a while we'll talk about what's going on in the case that they're working on. And that is a fear of mine, because that is the pattern that's what happened in Grey's Anatomy at one point. That's what has happened in Scandal. And I think that a lot of times viewers really appreciate the uniqueness and the intensity and the excitement of a medical case or a legal case or a scandalous case. And when we stop like coming across all these crazy cases and seeing how the people solve them, and then it becomes about the personal drama, that viewers get tired of that. Now, I personally, I can understand that. I honestly can. But I just, when it comes to a show associated with Shonda Rhimes, I can kind of stick it out, because I know that eventually the story will come full circle. So while there may be times where I am like, this is really a lot about Annalise Keating, her personal life. At the same time, I can go back and say, well, it probably is going to have a meaning. Now, I want to reiterate that I'm very much aware of the fact that Shonda Rhimes is not the creator of the show. That is, it's Peter Norwalk, I think, or is that right? Or Nowalk? I don't want to mispronounce his name, but his name is Peter. His last name is spelled Nowalk, I believe. And I think that it was a great concept for a show. I think that it was brilliant, and I love that Shonda Rhimes is a part of such a great project. We have Annalise Keating, and she's a Black woman, and she's the leading character in this show. And her husband is white. And there's a scene where she is so stressed out and she is just falling apart, and she takes off all her makeup, she takes off her eyelashes, and she takes off her wig. Then somehow we are in the bathtub scene in The Help. Oh my God, how could you expose our secrets like that? And I'm just like, I really would like to know why they chose to do that, why they chose to expose her in that way. And I'm not going to sit up here and say that it's a bad thing or that it's a good thing. I honestly haven't figured out what my feelings are about the choice to do that, but that is I don't want to make that something that stood out to me, because the show is very good, and I don't want to minimize its quality by focusing on something as trivial as them taking her wig off and exposing how she looks underneath all that makeup and under her wig as a Black woman, because I really don't want to make that the issue. I don't want to undermine how good the show is. I just want to point out that I do find it to be very interesting, and it is very shocking. While I did call it trivial, at the same time, on some level, for Black women, it probably isn't necessarily trivial. My point in bringing up the whole hair thing is that I appreciate how very raw and honest the Annalise Keating character is. I really appreciate that, because she's a very strong, powerful woman. But there is a scene where she is very open with her husband, who has, there will be spoiler alerts in these, by the way, but there's a scene when she's with her husband and she's very open about the fact that she needs him. And it's not like she's in a happy marriage. Her husband has cheated on her, and she suspects her husband of murdering someone that he was sleeping with during their marriage, one of his students. He knows that she knows about the cheating and him being a possible murder suspect and all those things, and she's covering for him, and it's because she's like, I need you. It's also interesting that when the person that she has an affair with, how extreme her mood is. Like, she is very harsh with her husband, very harsh with her students, very harsh with everybody, but still very open and honest. But when she sees the guy that she is or was having an affair with, she becomes like this very sad, broken person. And it's like her personality is just on so many different extremes. And I'm very curious if that is just like the writers experimenting with her character, Viola Davis's acting techniques, or is this all on purpose? So I'm really excited to see how her character develops, along with many others. But her character is who I'm really focused on, because I like to see, she's the main character. It's the first season, so that's really where my focus is in, and I'm really interested to see how that goes. So yeah, that's my little spiel. I'll do different shows every week, but yeah, television is very important to me. I appreciate storytelling, good storytelling. I don't just watch anything. I am selective about what I watch, so you won't catch me watching a lot of reality shows. Every once in a while I'll watch a little bit of something, but I choose my shows carefully, and if I think that it's not of quality, I will not watch it. But I will give shows a chance, and I will take suggestions and things like that. And I have Hulu Plus, I have Netflix, I have HBO Go, Showtime Go, or whatever. I have access to all those things, and any type of television or streaming device I try to have, and I even have an Apple TV, so that helps with my crazy obsession. But it's just very important to me to appreciate very good writing, very good storytelling, because it's compelling. It's thought. It can be thought provoking, and it can just make you look at a lot of things differently. I think that people underestimate the value of television and the good things about television. Yes, you shouldn't just sit around and watch television all day, but there are some things on television that are very good to watch. Watching things like The Newsroom is very it's a very enjoyable thing to watch, because they're very smart, and everybody is smart in a different way. Every single person on the show is intelligent in their own specific way, and that is what is so gripping about television. And then when you watch something like How I Met Your Mother, that is such a unique approach in storytelling, to have a man be telling a story to his two children, and it is documented in episodes. It's incredible, and it's all, every little tiny story is all leading up to the ultimate conclusion, which is the title of the show, How I Met Your Mother. And he starts it off, and it's by narrating. I'm sorry, I'm getting like super excited, because it's more than just TV. I mean, you have to really think about what's so impressive about a TV show, the elements that traditionally work, and then the things that people do that are completely different from tradition. But enough with my rants. That's really just my appreciation for the things that are written, and yeah. So yeah, that's me. I don't know why I just winked. That's weird. Now, I would like to take the time to just promote a few things. If you don't have Netflix or Hulu Plus, I highly suggest that you invest your $8 a month to them. It's worth it. Invest your money, support the people, the artists, and the producers and the actors and all those people that you love, because they work very, very hard. Even though you may think that they don't, they really, really do. And it's a lot of time, it's a lot of effort, and they give a lot of what they have, and it's their life's work. So that was my little spiel. Please go and support the artists you love, and please subscribe. You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram. My name is the same for both. It's Beygent9481, BEYGENT 9481. I'll be here every Thursday. So thanks for tuning in to As Analyzed by Ali. I'm Alexandria, and peace.